Ever wondered how to bring the magic of an enchanted forest to life? In today's video, I'll be showing my exact steps and techniques to painting an enchanted forest and making it magical. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dami, a visual artist with a passion for nature and fantasy art. On this channel, I talk about my art journey, share art tips and advice, and show my creative process. Today I am working on the second painting in my Into the Woods series. In the first painting, our character entered a portal unknowingly, a portal that led into a mystical realm, and now our first stop is the enchanted forest, and that is what I'm going to be showing you today, how I painted the enchanted forest. If you would like to first watch the video of the portal painting, I'll put a link somewhere on the screen here. Now, before we get into it, some disclaimers. This is not a tutorial. I did not create this video as a tutorial. I actually finished this painting right here. I finished this painting before I actually thought about showing it to you guys and showing the process to you guys, because I think it came out better than I expected. I will take you through how I painted the enchanted forest and show you the mistakes I made, some things I wish I did better, so that you can make your own mesmerizing forest and avoid the mistakes I made. This video is actually to show you guys that there are some mistakes that can be avoided, because I made a lot of mistakes doing this painting and I really struggled a lot with it. But before we start, let me tell you some things that I wouldn't do and I want you not to do. That is not inside the video. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's get into it. So, with this painting, I hope you can see. With this painting, I think I did too much. When I did the sketching, I did so much. Like, there's a lot going on. You cannot focus on one thing. There's the cauldron and the fire and everything that is coming out of the cauldron. There's the witch and there's the character. I think next time, if I was going to do it again, probably I would remove the character and just leave the cauldron and the witch. The canvas is very small. If it was bigger, I think maybe I would have been able to add all those things and I would not have an issue. But this canvas is so small, so it looks cramped, so it's not really giving that effect. I could have even removed the gravel and just make everything water, or remove the water and just make everything gravel. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So don't do too much like I did. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video, because I share a few tips on how I got this enchanting glowy effect with the forest. So stick around and you might learn something. So step 1 is sketching the layouts. When creating anything, I like to begin with a quick sketch, a loose sketch for something like this. This helps set the stage for the depth and composition. At this stage, you don't have to worry about perfection in this step. The magic will come as we layer. The second step will be building the background with base colors. For a mystical feel, I want to choose a mix of cool green and deep blue. I would advise you to also add a little bit of purple. It gives a deep magical effect. I finished this painting before I thought of the purple side, so I'm just giving this tip. I think a little bit of purple will give it that magical effect. So start with the base colors in the background. Darker shades work well here because they will create a nice contrast with the lighter elements that will add later. Blend this softly, letting the colors bleed into one another. Okay, step 3, adding layers and details. Now that we have the base layer, it is time to add more definition. I am supposed to be adding the trees now. Well, I already did that off camera, so I will just tell you something about the mistake I made here. I made a mistake when I stopped following my sketch. Please don't do that, because with the sketch you would be able to make sure that the trees are varying in sizes and position. This variation would add to the realism, but sometimes my brain is scattered and I end up doing what I did not plan, like not following my sketch. So you will see what I mean later in the video. So with the trees, when you are painting, add layers to it, add subtle highlights on the trunks and the branches. This is where the depth starts to come alive. Step 4, creating the fog. So this was where I lost the plot for the trees. I wanted to create a fog effect, and I had already used a brush that kind of hid many of the trees and the depth I created with my sketch. So I thought it would be effective to use a foam for the fog. That's what I'm showing you here, which made sense because the fog really showed when I used that foam, but the brush had already destroyed the perfect depth I created and the variation with the sizes. And after I did this fog thing, I had to paint some of the trees back, like make it show the trees that would be at the forefront. But I already lost a lot of the things I created with the sketch. So that's why I was advising that you should always follow your sketch. So don't do that. My advice would be to first paint the layers and fogs, then paint the trees on top. That would be my advice. If I was doing this again, that would be what I would do. I think it would even be better for me to paint the base layer and the fog before then making my rough sketch. So step 5, adding realistic details. So for the gravel, I just added a light base layer. That's like a grayish black color, and then added the stones one by one. I'll be showing you here. So I added the stones one by one to give this realistic feel to it, and then I added a darker base some parts so that some parts you could see the light and the dark in the stones. And then I painted in the leaves. I used the round brush for the leaves, first painting the dark layer down and then adding the light layer. Step 6 is painting the water. For this, you have to think about what you want your water to reflect, what it should reflect, which means the things that were already painted around the forest. So the blue of the sky, the trees, and the leaves. I use an edge brush to paint the surface of the water and lightly spread the color across it. For this, use different shades of blue. Then do the same for the trees, but make sure they are placed directly at the same angles of the trees on the ground. Step 5: final touches and enhancements. In the final steps, I go back to refine details, adding extra highlights, and to make this more magical, I added these stars. First, by layering with white, then going in with the color I want, like green, pink, and blue. Add another white layer to give it a glowing effect. To make it more glowy, I use colored pencils around the stars, like just to blow around the stars and give it that glowy effect. For some more final touches, I use my white gel pen, gold gel pen, and a pink marker to dot the areas around the tree. I just give this sparkling effect. I feel like if I had gone in with the purple I spoke about in the beginning of the video, this dotted light would show more effectively. So that was why I said that you should add purple, because purple just gives a magical feel if you think about it. And voila, this is it. I didn't show you guys how I painted the witch or the character she stepped in, and then the cauldron. The cauldron, to like show you guys the full details of why I painted the cauldron, is another video entirely. So I won't be doing that because it's going to be long. I want to share the story of the character that went in through the portal, and then she stumbled on the witch preparing whatever portion in the cauldron. The question now is the witch going to let her go, or is the witch going to add her into the cauldron? I don't know. You guys can find out in the next painting in the series. But just know that the next painting in the series, from the comment that someone gave, I am going to put the comment up on the screen. I was advised to do something on the beach, so that's what we're going to be next. So thanks for watching. Remember that the key to painting an enchanted forest is in the small details and the lighting and the layers. The small details make it feel alive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what other fantasy not tutorials that you would like to see in any of my videos. Bye.